Hi everyone! This is part of a beginner embroidery series where no question is too small. I'll be going over all the necessary details so that you can get up to speed quickly. I'll quickly cover the two types of embroidery needles that I recommend that you have on hand, and I'll go over two different ways to thread a needle. First things first, let's make sure that you have the right kind of needle because there are quite a few different types of needles out there and they can be easily mixed up for hand embroidery. I recommend using an embroidery needle, which can also sometimes be referred to as a crewel needle. It has an oval-shaped eye that's a little bit longer than a hand sewing needle. It's medium in length and has a sharp tip. Then there is a chenille needle, which is another kind you can use. It's about the same length as a crewel needle, but the eye is a little bit more elongated. Either one of these types of needles will work. You just want something that's going to be able to fit the floss through the eye of the needle. It's easiest to get a multi-pack of a few different sizes of needles like this one. You can select a larger or smaller needle based on how many strands of thread you're using. I won't be going in depth about needle sizing in this video, but if you'd like to check that out, I do have a video that explains more about it and I'll leave it on the screen. There are two different ways that you can thread a needle. You can do it by hand or you can use a handy tool called a needle threader. I'll be showing you both ways today. I'm going to start with the more analog version, which is by just using your hands and your eyes to thread the needle. First, you'll want to select how many strands you want to use. You can tap the thread to separate the strands apart. And then I like to just divide them however I want. I have 3 strands here and I just gently pull them apart. They sometimes will twist a little bit, so I use my other fingers to kind of guide it along. You want to make sure that the strands are nice and even. If you need to, go ahead and trim them. Next, you'll moisten the end of your thread. You can either do this using your mouth or you can use something like thread conditioner that has a little bit of beeswax in it. Next, you're going to want to pinch the very end in between your thumb and forefinger so that just the very tip of the thread is poking out. Then you'll take your embroidery needle and you'll place it right over top of the strands and they should poke through. Then you can just pinch them and pull them through. I like to leave several inches of a tail on the back of the thread. I've gotten a couple of comments in the past asking if you should knot it or how you should secure it, but you don't need to secure it as long as you have the correct size needle and you have a long enough tail. You shouldn't have any issues with it slipping out. If you have trouble seeing the eye of the needle, a needle threader is definitely the way to go. However, you can't use a needle threader with thicker thread, so it's helpful to be familiar with both techniques. But I'll go ahead and show you how to use this if you plan on using just a couple of strands at a time. For this demonstration, I'm going to use 2 strands at a time. What you'll do is you'll place the metal loop through your needle, and then you'll place the thread through the loop. And I like to leave a little bit of a tail. And then you will gently pull and the thread and the needle threader should go through the eye of the needle. And then you can just take this off and your needle is threaded. If you're having trouble threading a needle and the strands of thread keep getting caught, then you may need to select a needle that's ever so slightly larger. If it's super easy to thread and there's a lot of space between the thread and the eye of the needle as you're threading it, then you're probably going to need to select one that's a little bit smaller. It is worth the little extra time that it takes to make sure that it fits just right. If you're still having trouble, inspect the eye of the needle to check for imperfections that may be snagging the thread, or try using a magnifying lamp to thread it. Here are a few extra tips for managing your needles. If your needle starts to squeak a little bit while you're embroidering, it's probably because it's becoming a little bit dull. If you have one of the tomato pin cushions that you can find at pretty much any craft store, it usually has a little strawberry attached to it. This has emery in it, which sharpens needles. So all you have to do is run your needle through the strawberry and it will make a huge difference. If the needle you're using starts to become bent, it's probably time to throw it away and replace it with a new one. Once you open a multi-pack of needles, it can be really hard to differentiate between the different sizes. They pretty much look all the same, and while you don't have to be super prescriptive with needle sizing, it can be helpful to keep your needles organized in a way so that you don't have to sort through them. You can store them in different areas on a pin cushion, or you can create a little felt needle book that has pages in it and keep each needle size separate. You can even label the pages if you want to. And that's pretty much it. I hope that you found this tutorial helpful and it gave you some ideas for using, choosing, and storing your embroidery needles. If you like embroidery content and you're looking for more creative inspiration, please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.